If Nintendo called you up and said, hey, we out ideas for new DLC characters for Smash, so we are just calling up random numbers to see who they think should get in the game. Who you want? What would you tell them? Microsoft's Clippy. He'll annoy opponents as hell. They'll have to fumble in the various menus to turn it off. But he'll reappear like 2 minutes afterwards. Again. The Untitled Goose would probably work better as an artist than a fighter. He just runs around stealing items. He steals items, and if anyone gets too close to him, he stuns them by honking. He does this to anyone, even the person who summoned him. So just Chariot Requiem. Nah man, the goose would have to switch everyone's characters. Earthworm Jim. Duck yeah. That's a goddamn winner. Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney. As cool as he'd be, I really hope his objection isn't just another basic down B counter. Not just a counter. A counter argument. His final smash would force everyone in the fight to determine the opponent guilty or innocent. I was thinking along the lines of rhythm-based smash like Donkey Kong's from Brawl and Smash 4. It captures one player at close range, maybe by summoning Detective Gumshoe to take them away, and then they appear in a courtroom with the trial music playing. Phoenix's player then has to tap the button in rhythm with the music, and that determines how much damage/launch power it has at the end. NBA All-Star Michael Jordan. Never heard of him? Ain't he that guy with the shoes? Isn't he a baseball player? He released Thriller, didn't he? The Bubble Bobble characters. I second this. And have a poor man's gold as well. Doom Guy. Yeah. Imagine him ripping off the heads of the characters. Making Smash like Mortal Kombat, just for the shock factor. Hollow Knight. He has up, down, left, and right abilities built into his game. So has perfect. Hornet would be cool too. She'll be in the next one. They can't put her in until she has her own game. George Costanza, with a unique shrinkage ability. He was in the pool. Water shrinks things. The seas were angry that day. Sly Cooper. On PS3 there was this game called PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. It had Sly in it, and he was really good. One of my favorites along with Sockboy from Little Big Planet. They should remake that game as I think it was a very solid game at the time that could have used some tweaking. That game was fantastic. Beautiful Joe. My dude, you just brought back memories I didn't know I had. Spyro. And Crash. But more so Spyro. But with a dash of Crash. Even though we had Miro Spyro. Paper Mario. I'd like to see the odd Paper Mario, N64. What's that? Geno from SMRPG SNES version? Waluigi. Why isn't he a character? I mean, I read Waluigi was just made up for Wario to have a partner in Mario Tennis. So maybe they don't want to include him, because they'd have to admit he is a character with no origin. But then, why not give them one? Heck, Luigi's Mansion has 3 games. Waluigi's Modest Studio Apartment, Waluigi's Cabin. Waluigi also wrote a great paper on the Industrial Revolution. Waluigi's Taco Stand. I'm heavy weapons guy. And this is my /Zazero weapon. She weighs 150 kilograms and fires $200 custom tooled cartridges at 10,000 rounds per minute. It costs $400,000 to fire her for 12 seconds. I only need 10. Shanty. She's been with Nintendo since GBC. She's an awesome and fun character. She has a ton of moves to pull from for her kit, and she'd be a great and unique addition to the roster. Honorary mention, Doom Guy. Ever since the Animal Crossing and Doom crossover memes happened, I would love to see an official crossover, and Smash seems like the most likely and most viable place for that to happen. If he does make it to Smash, prepare for Doom Guy to be way watered down. I mean, just looking at Joker's FS kind of makes me worry. Maybe they add Doom Guy as Samus Ultimate. Florida Man. How the hell would you balance a character like that? It'd ruin the game and no one would pick any other character. On the other hand, he'd make a great boss character. I want a mask only Link from Majora's Mask, where he would only be Zora, Goron, or Deku form. Edit, grammar. Down B flips between masks like Pokemon Trainer. Final smashes fierce deity, naturally. Oh shit, I'm so down for this. Kiryu Kazuma from the Yakuza series. I haven't played them, but my god is that man bad, but yes, I want him in there too. I'd also be happy with Majima. I agree with this beyond measure, and I've barely played Smash. I've sunk a couple hundred hours into it and love it, but I still suck at playing. I usually play with my husband and his buddies, and they've all been playing since high school, which was over a decade ago now. It is at its most basic a party game in disguise. Another Fire Emblem character. We don't have enough of those yet. Right? Such an underrepresented series. I just hope they don't use any lame axe users or cavaliers for characters, and keep the awesome rapier wielders coming. Here's hoping it's someone with blue hair and a bad butt cape. Bandana Waddle Dee. We need more Kirby. Marius overalls as a separate character. Controlled by Cappy. Crappy is the one that controls his pants. Hat Kid. Finally, an actual original character on here. Niku from The World Ends With You, only because that game was ducking amazing, and it's never gotten the attention it deserved. Yes please, because that would most likely happen hot on the heels of the TWBW announcement. In good news, they announced an anime as the main character of the best Nintendo game. It's a disgrace Professor Layton isn't in Smash yet. Let's hope Pop is actually secretly on the development team for the next Smash game and is asking with the intention of letting our answers inform their choices while making the upcoming game. I was thinking that too. That would be so cool. Mario. Good choice. The N64 logo. The GameCube logo cube. Tojem and Earl. The guy from the Sega Genesis Games Kitchen. Sonic. And Bark. Was looking for Tojem and Earl. Gotta have rocket skates and tomatoes. Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. I could just imagine Shaggy pummeling people in the mystery machine for his final smash. Rabbids. Crash. Rydia. Vivi all the way. Toad, I've always wanted to beat him up, and CJ from GTA San Andreas. CJ when he gets added as a base character in Smash 6. Shut. Here we go again. Ditto. It transforms into the opposing character on entry. It has 33% faster frame data than the opponent, but has half as much weight and receives recoil damage after every move. The reduced frame data is meant to emulate the use of Choice Scarf Ditto in competitive Pokemon, whereas the halving of weight and recoil damage are meant to balance the fact that it always has faster frame data while still letting it be a viable character. It also simulates the fact that Ditto will always be less bulky than its opponent due to its poor HP stat. Okay, but imagine if Ditto transformed into Pikachu, right? But for that to happen your opponent has to play Pikachu. You're not going to be playing Bowser and then have to go up a 33% faster Pikachu. Also, some details about edge cases. In games with multiple opponents, Ditto will transform into a random, non-Ditto opponent. In games where there are no valid opponents for Ditto to transform into, Ditto will transform into a random non-Ditto ally, and failing that will transform into a random character. I think Ditto just isn't allowed in more than 2 players, and if Ditto goes against Ditto it sends both players to a different match. Master Chief. Sora from Kingdom Hearts might be a good one. Wouldn't mind seeing Phoenix Wright or Sanjay Volt from Super Robot Wars. Please no more swords. New Smash character announced, Emi Shirao. If they really wanted to go for visual novel representation this would be a really cool option. Unlimited Blade Works is goofy on paper, but it was executed so well in a show that already looks goofy on paper. Shanty. Or maybe Doom Guy. But would that be Pirate Gear Shanty or Animal Transform Shanty? Duke Nukem. I was gonna say it wouldn't work, but then I remembered they have Bayonetta. Sakurai himself. Ratchet and Clank. Solera Vestora. Scrolled too long for this guy. He already has an amiibo. Chell from Portal. Barack Obama. My fellow Americans. I want you to smash with UHH. Apostrophe. Tells on Knuckles. It doesn't matter what I say. They're just going to put in another ducking Fire Emblem character. They've already put in all of the main characters from recent games. Unless they want to add more from games that weren't even released outside Japan, we've probably seen the last of them. Jake from Stater Farm. White Jake or Black Jake? Black Jake. Then when he does his final smash, Black Jake calls White Jake on his cell phone and says, "What are you wearing, Jake from Stater Farm?" White Jake replies with, khakis. Apostrophe. Raymond. Satyrus and Alex from Golden Sun. Isaac, Matthew, or Felix would be more likely, but I'll take any GS rep at this point. Heavy, or really any of the TF2 cast for his neutral special. He wields a gun for all his other specials. He also wields a gun. Waluigi Dry Bowser. Dark Bowser Steven Daleks. Minecraft. Tails. Knuckles. Shadow. Dr. Eggman. Dr. Eggman could be a fun Sonic character to play. He'd be a heavy version of Baby Bowser. Johnny Sins. With being an actor, doctor, and porn star, I guess being a Smash character isn't a bad idea, and if you think about it, you realize 2 out of 3 of those things were already Smash to begin with. Trevor from GTA. K. Slider. He can have a special move where his music can obliterate someone, and his main move can be hitting someone with his guitar. Sora, Crash, and Spyro. On that note, I think it would be really awesome if Crash and Spyro were released back to back in the fighter's butt, because then they could be revealed in the same trailer as a callback to their origins and their crossover. Gotta be my man Gino, if Square Enix would allow it. Heavy weapons guy. Plus he won a poll about that recently, if I'm not wrong. I just want Kazuma Kiryu from the Yakuza games. Alucard from Castlevania, so TN. Or Kane/Raziel from Legacy of Kain. Shaq from Shaq Fu. Midna SMH, get on it Nintendo. Duck that. Midna needs her own standalone game. I really hope we get a sequel to Twilight Princess, where we see Midna again. Here's one I haven't seen yet. Niku from The World Ends With You. For the original DS. I cannot think of another non-Nintendo title that was as critically acclaimed. Niku's vast array of psychs would give Smash developers plenty to work with. Wouldn't be a sword fighter. If Square Enix is serious about the sequel they teased on the recent Switch port, Smash would arguably be the best way to drum up interest. That game is roughly 15 years old now. Saitama from One Punch Man. Moomin Rider. Justice Crash is his final Smash. Ronald Reagan. Scott Pilgrim. This isn't a horrible choice, as far as non-video game characters go. I guarantee you Goku would get in before Scott Pilgrim. I mean neither ever will, but Goku would definitely come first. Dragon Ball has a video game series, so that would make a lot of sense. Scott Pilgrim has a video game. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you want more videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. You are helping me a lot. Thanks again.